get QM status, then you get protection if you ever go to court. And the way it works is like this. Okay, there's a safe harbor that is conclusive, and then there's a non-conclusive or a rebuttable presumption safe harbor. And then there's a category where there's no safe harbor. So let's kind of walk through those. So if you go to that, if you look at the matrix at the top of, and it looks like what I have on the screen here, you'll see there's all the different types of QMs there. And then the bottom line, that red box there, that's no safe harbor, okay? Now, I know a lot of people, you see red and you're thinking, oh no, I don't ever want to make a red, that's a stoplight, right? I don't ever want to do that. Well, really, okay, all it means is if you do that non-qualified mortgage, okay, that's the left-hand side. You see, that's the only one that has a check in the red, okay? Non-qualified mortgages, that means you just go back to the old days where if you try to foreclose, or if you have one of these loans that goes to court for whatever reason, you get to make your case, and you have to prove that you went through the process and that you actually made a good faith determination that they could pay back this loan. And then they get to argue with you, and you basically duke it out in front of the judge, right? The problem is litigation is very expensive. You're paying an attorney, they're paying an attorney, and so that can get really expensive really fast. So that's the problem if you have to go to court, okay? Now look at the yellow section. That is the rebuttable, you get a rebuttable presumption of compliance. So if you get that category of QM, and if you go through, you can look at which types of loans have that checkbox, then you get a rebuttable presumption. So if this ever goes to court, and let's say your loan, for whatever reason, you're trying to foreclose and they bring it into court and they challenge that you did this good faith determination that they could pay it back, well, you get the presumption that you did it correctly, that you dotted all your I's, you crossed all your T's, so you can presume they can go in. Now, they can argue against you and they can try to prove that maybe you missed something or maybe you did something wrong, but absent any other facts, you don't have to prove that you did it right. It's presumed that you did it right, and they can try to prove that you screwed something up, okay? That's the presumed compliance, rebuttable. And then there is the conclusive safe harbor. Those are all the white category along the top. So like your standard QMs or your general QMs. Now, the conclusive state harbor, the way it works is that if you go into court and they challenge and they try to say that you didn't follow ATR rules, they say, is this a QM? And you say, yes, Your Honor, case closed. Okay. They don't even get to make the case that you screwed up. So if you get this QM status, you can end that case immediately and you'll never be tied up in that long foreclosure process. As long as you dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's and you got that QM status, they don't get to come in and challenge what you did, okay? So that's a long way to lay out why we have these different QM categories and why they're so important,